All right, today's book talk, a little bit later than usual, but I absolutely loved this book when I read it last year. And I am a huge fan of this author now. The book I want to talk to you about today is called Love, Hate, and Other Filters. Now, the protagonist of this story is another young Indian girl. This one, her name is Maya Aziz. I'm so bad with names, I always have to double check them. Maya Aziz is a young Indian girl. In this case, she's Muslim, and there's a few things that are really important about who she is. So number one, she's growing up in an Indian Muslim family, and of course they have very high expectations. They have very specific expectations for what her life is going to look like as she gets older. What kind of school they want her to go to, what kind of career they want her to go to, what kind of man they want her to marry. Specifically, there's an older Muslim man that they think is a good fit for her, and he's in college. She's in high school. But at first she's like kind of wary about that, but he's actually a pretty good guy. But at the same time, what she really wants to do is go to school for filmmaking. She's very passionate about making films, and she knows that's something her parents are probably not going to approve of. And there's also a guy who is a white guy and not Christian who she's had feelings for a while, kind of from afar, wouldn't dare try to talk to him. And the opportunity comes out now for them to hang out a little bit. So there's sort of this like love triangle going on where she's not 100% sure what she wants or what she should do. But in the midst of all that, there is a terrorist attack, an Islamic extremist terrorist attack. And before the news is even finished reporting the story, she knows that this is going to affect her life. And she encounters some pretty significant Islamophobia from her peers. And so it's kind of about processing that, and it's about figuring out who she is and what she wants. And it's about the fact that not every person who fits an ethnicity or a religion is the same as another. This story was born partially out of an experience that Samira Ahmed had, where she, as a young Indian woman, was told to go home, and was told, like at an intersection, somebody yelled at her out the window of their car when she was like 10 years old to go home, and they meant to go home to like Iran. And she was like, I'm not even Irani, and I'm from here. Like, I've lived in this town my whole life. So it was like her first real encounter with Islamophobia as a young girl. And so it's kind of that experience. And it's a very powerful book about a lot of those things. Highly recommend that you pick it up.